Read it.
I, Jalen Renee Sneed, come to you and ask for my heart that from the beginning, always and forever. From the moment you came into my life 9.5 years ago, you've been my father. I will always love you for that. You showed me what it's like to have a father and to be loved unconditionally. You've attended all of my performances and school events. You've always been there for me no matter what. You disciplined me when I need it and loved on me when I need it most. You've helped Mom nurse me back to health when I was sick. You've never treated me any different and always made me feel loved. Thank you for teaching me what real love is and what it's like to have a loving, caring father. I love you forever and always. Real dad. Some people would say you're not my real dad, but I know this isn't true. For you've been a real dad to me through all the things we've been through. We've had our ups and downs. Sometimes it's hard to bend, but you've always been there when I needed you, and that's what matters in the end. You've been patient, kind, and fun. Over the years, as I've grown, and I'm eternally grateful for you, because you've treated me as your own, for though we're not tied by bloodlines, the love and trust you've given me is a precious gift after day. That's what counts as a real dad to me. Will you please make me the happiest daddy's girl in the world and adopt me?
Let me see a picture. Let's see the picture.
Hello, 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 people out there. How you doing? How y'all doing out there? And welcome to Grown Men Talking. I hope everybody's holiday is going pretty well. You know, you can see a little tree behind me that my daughter did. So, you know, in the holiday spirit. We today on the Grown Men.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. For some reason, we got an echo. And so, can we figure out where the echo is coming from?
Not on this end. You know, I'm in a big space, so it might sound echoing like You know, I'm in a big space.
Okay, let me try to log out and I'm gonna log back in. Y'all, please stand by with the show. We will be right back.
Right back.
Okay, testing. Okay, you good to go.
Thank you so much. Once again, sorry about that delay, people, but thank you for tuning in on the Grown Man Talking Show today, and we'll be discussing stepfathers. So, without further ado, let me bring on the rest of the men of the panel. Mr. Mac Jones, come on in the room, sir. What's
Hell
up?
yeah, DJ Mac.
What's good, bro? What's good? What's happening
Oh,
with it?
man, everything's all good. Now, I saw King D earlier. King D, are you in the house? Where you at? Where you at? Is he still? I don't know. Maybe he'll join us later. Now, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
we
it
we
might
we
be
we
us.
waiting on the brothers, but okay, there go
Oh,
King
there he
D
is.
right there.
There he is. What's up, King D?
Hey, y'all.
Yes, I don't think Mr. Carter will be joining us. I think he's doing something, so I'm not sure he's here with us. But so I think it's just us three for this topic today. So how y'all holidays and everything's going? How everything going with y'all?
I'm good. I've just been chilling.
And you've been chilling. What about you, Mr. Mac?
I've been getting ready for him, so you know I've been buying my liquor and getting my recliner ready. So I'm gonna have a wonderful holiday. I don't need no presents. I gift me. Nobody got to gift me.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Now, Dominique, I know I'm not gonna too much at you because I don't know if you've ever been a stepfather, but Mr. Jones, have you ever been a stepfather? Oh.
Hell yeah. Oh my goodness.
Well, we're gonna be talking about the good and the bad and the ugly when it comes to being a stepfather. You know, the video we just saw there with the little girl hugging her stepfather, the man that was a father figure to her, being there in her life, where I guess the real father just wasn't around, or whatever the case may be. But I was a stepfather, and I did well with the kids. I think one thing I can recall when I was being a stepfather, the guy that's the biological father had a problem with it. He said to the woman, well, since you with him, I ain't got nothing else to do with those kids. You know, I don't have nothing else to do with the kids. And I looked at him and told him, well, you're wrong with that. I said, I don't have no problem with you coming visiting the kids. I have no problem with you coming to the house. But he just wasn't going to accept that. He just felt like, well, since you move on, you take the kids, you the new daddy now. So, Mr. Jones, since you've been a stepfather, give me your take on what do you go through being a stepfather?
Oof. Everything.
Oh, my brother.
I've been from step kids that are so ungrateful
Oh, not the
to
kids.
step kids that are thieves
Oh, no.
to step kids that was sneaking kids in my house. All type. I done been through it all as a step. Listen here, man. Listen,
Oh,
I had some great experiences with the other step kids,
right.
but the step kids that I'm talking about, when you say what have I been through, hell and back, in a nutshell.
Now, King D,
Yes,
have you
sir.
been a stepfather?
No, sir, I have not.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
Bless your soul. Bless your soul.
You don't know how it is, my brother. I mean, the guys that been stepfathers, we kind of been through some stuff, and everything. So, like
You
you
see
said,
all this? You see all this right here?
yeah, that gray.
Stepkids.
Oh, stepkids got you like that?
Man.
Wow.
Stepkids.
Oh, okay.
Stepkids.
They were that bad?
Man, they was horrible. Do you understand? And I hope you watching tonight. Your ass was horrible.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
I can't say that. I can't say about the stepkids that they were some good kids. Now, the thing I did have a problem with it was this. Now, my oldest son, he's 20, I think 29. Now, when him and the mother, we wasn't together no more, and she decided to get married, I had no issue of a man being the stepfather because they was in a different city and I was in a different city. I'm the biological father. I stay in my son's life always. I stay in all my kids' life. So this new guy that she was married to had a nerve to call me. We talked on the phone, and he told me, since I'm the stepfather, I want you to turn over your rights because I want your son to be mine 100%. And I told him, what? What did you just say? I said, since I'm the stepfather, I want you to sign that paper for me to be full custody father. So me and him had a little word to word. Now, when he brought my son to me, I passed by everybody and I knocked on that car window and I said, you need to come out this car so we can talk. Now, he didn't want to do that. My ex asked me what was going on. I said, well, your husband right there, said some disrespectful things. And not only that, he wanted me to turn over my rights so he can be the father completely. So she kind of went off on him. So, I mean, I didn't get that. Like I said, I don't have a problem with somebody being the stepfather to my children, my son. And I didn't have a problem being the stepfather. The family us got along pretty well. So like I said, with being the stepfather, it comes with the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Mr. Jones, you did say the kids, and so that's some of the ugly part right there, I guess, because sometimes stepkids will look at you and they'll tell you, you're not my real daddy. You're just not my real daddy. You just here. You're not my real daddy. But King D, let me ask you, do you know anybody that's a stepfather? What's your intake on the stepfather situation?
You know what? Like, okay, I'm the type of parent that I don't want a step parent disciplining my kids. Like, I'm just that type of person. Like, I'm the father. Like, you're not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. You can like put them on punishment because I can't run your house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do that. Put them on punishment, just do not physically spank, whoop, put your hands on my kid at all. Period. Like,
now that's the part I want to talk about right there, King D. Like, for instance, if the man became the stepfather, say for instance, y'all broke up and this man was a stepfather in your home, you cool with that? The only thing is you don't want him spanking your kids, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm the father, like, dealing with my kids. Like, you're not gonna be hitting on my kids and stuff. Like, right. I grew up in a situation where I had a step parent, you know what I'm saying? And my biological father is deceased. So we looked to him as our dad because we didn't have a father.
Right.
So, and he was pretty cool. He did his due diligence. I mean, we did. He used to tell him, "You ain't my daddy." We used to be rebellious and stuff sometimes. But
okay.
Overall,
now King D, is he still a part of your life? Is he
Yeah, he's gonna. We talk almost every day.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, that's what's up. All right, now, Mr. Jones, those stepchildren, I guess, do most of them still talk to you, or has some of them completely just like, I ain't got nothing to do?
I cut them off.
Oh,
they ain't have to cut. They ain't have to cut me off. I cut them off.
Oh Lord! Did the mama ever say anything about these stepchildren that was giving you such a hard time?
No. Because see, that's another thing that I've experienced. Just like King D just said, which it actually, like, if I could actually turn my camera over, there's a full post on that right now on Facebook where most of the people are saying, no, that's wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why. As adult males, we understand, and people that's been step parents, why we understand that is wrong and absolutely wrong. Because a man that doesn't discipline the children that's in his house will run over him in the end. They will run over him like a semi. They will run him down, and I tried that. I'm not going to put my hands on your kid stuff. You do it, and then as long as they wasn't doing nothing to her, it was just only bothering me. Well, why am I going to whoop them? Or why am I going to discipline them? They getting on your nerves. They ain't getting on my nerves. You see what I'm saying? So when you go through that, then you when a man feels disrespected in the relationship because the kids aren't acting right, that is not his job to get your kids back on track. However, it is his job to instill discipline in your children when your children disrespect him. But if you're not raising your kids correctly, which is what I find 9 times out of 10 these days, people aren't even raising their kids. They give them tablets, they give them laptops, they give them whatever, and set them video games and just set them in front of it and let them raise themselves. So with that being said, your kids are disrespectful. But see, I am one of those guys that listen. It's just listen. I'm just gonna have to put some bail money up, and that's all I'm gonna say on that subject.
Well, you know what, Mr. Mac, I agree with you on that. I mean, when you step in that role, and if the kids are just running amok, just doing everything, it's kind of hard being that stepfather coming in to get them straight because they're so used to just doing what they're doing. Just like you said, you know, they have them with tablets and other things. They don't discipline them to do what they're supposed to do. So when that person, like the man, walk in there and things start changing, kids can actually get nasty and give you an attitude. And like I said, they'll tell you straight up in your face, you're not my daddy, so you can't tell me what to do. So that's why I said it comes with the good and the bad and the ugly. I've been blessed.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. The reason why I said that I don't want another person disciplining my children is because I was raised in a situation where we call this man Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy, because backstory. I wasn't raised by my biological mother. I was raised by my aunt. I didn't find out my biological mother was my biological mother until I was 10, 11 years old. So I believed that my aunt was my mom and her husband was my dad. That's how it was believed to be. Well, her ex-husband. So she got remarried to a man, and Uncle Daddy, now I call him Uncle Daddy because, you know, that's my dad / uncle, I guess you can say.
Right.
But he gave my aunt's new husband permission to discipline us. That man beat our ass. He beat us to pulps. We got CPS cases. I got bruises to this day where that man beat my ass. So that's why I say that because personal experience, that's why I don't want anyone else
doing anything to your kids just in case something like that happens.
So that's just to clarify.
I can understand that fully, but can I say, were you a disrespectful child, or was he just overstepping his boundaries?
He was highly overstepping his boundaries because him and my mom, my biological mother, which I did not know at the time, him and my biological mother were gang rivals, and I looked like my mother. So that's why.
Oh my goodness. So okay, but in your essence, then I completely agree with you on that, seeing that was your experience. But I'm as a token of a whole society of real men.
Right.
First of all, real men don't really want to discipline your child because that's not our child.
Yeah, that's true.
And we understand this. This is not our child. However, as a man coming up in the house with a woman that has kids for another man, and this other man isn't around to take action against his children when his children is being disrespectful. And what does that make me look like in the household when I say, I'm gonna tell your mama? I wish the hell I would. I wish the hell I would.
No, I'm not saying that like in that sense. I'm more so saying like, as long as you don't go overboard with my kid, you know what I'm saying?
I get it. That's what I'm saying. I get what you said. I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
Well, for your instance, yeah, he needed his ass whooped. I'm sorry, public, but that's what he needed.
Yeah.
He needed his ass whooped.
Yeah,
I agree. You grown as hell talking about gang rivals misusing kids.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. You should have never got in the woman's family. You should have never dated into the woman's family if you knew you was gonna be bad to the woman's kids. Now, come on, man.
That's right. That's right. One thing about it, I never what I did when it came to punish the kids, what I did, I made them exercise. I made them do push-ups, jumping jacks. They asked me to whoop them. I said, "Nah, I'm not gonna whoop you. I'm gonna make you exercise. Give me a bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, wherever." They begged me to whoop them. I said, "Nope, your punishment is to do some exercises." So that's what I did as a stepfather when the kids. I made them exercise. I ain't believe in putting them in the corner, this and that. I made them exercise, and that basically did a trick. They took out the trash, they cleaned up, they basically did what they're supposed to do.
All right. With that said, we're gonna come back on that thought, Mr. D. We had the music playing in the background. That means we got a 2 and 2 coming up.
We'll be right back, y'all.
How you feel about stepfathers?
Stepfather, yeah. Man, they are heroes. Stepfathers are heroes. They are some of the most honorable men that you can find on earth. And they clean up other people's trash. Your stepfathers come in and clean up other people's trash, homie. Because if the stepfathers didn't come in, man, could you imagine what the children would have to deal with without good stepfathers? I ain't gonna say the fucked up stepfather. The good ones. The one that's mean that you don't like till you get grown. I ain't never been there, homie. I ain't never in my life been a stepfather.
Could you?
Yeah. I'll test. Yeah. If this is my child, what would I want someone me to be? And if you don't want me to be stepdaddy, homie, I'm just a man in your house that's go have your best interest. I ain't gotta be stepdaddy. I'm fucking your mama, and I ain't going nowhere, nigga. I'm putting dick in the streets. You want to go see your daddy, nigga? I'm gonna take you to go see your daddy. Yeah. Nah, and I ain't gonna put my hands on you. I ain't whooping on other man's kids. You discipline them. You don't put your hands on nobody else's kids. Them ain't your kids. You ain't gonna touch them how you would touch your kids when you're trying to inflict pain on somebody. See, when they ain't your kids, you don't go we can't pain. Trying to teach them. With so many fathers already lacking in the community, nigga, we can't go shaming stepdaddy. Oh, nigga, the real daddy done left off. How we gonna shame stepdaddy, nigga? It ain't his obligation. But nigga, some nigga gonna come in because I'm the man of the house, I'm gonna see something wrong and I'm gonna say, hey man, you need to fix that. That's what a man do, correct what's around him.
Thank you for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow as live. We will have here on the Spoken Heart Discussion Hour, the R&B Southern artist nominated, awarded, Maserati Red. So make sure you tune in tomorrow as we sit back to interview her.
All right. That will be a great show. So y'all should make sure y'all tune in tomorrow and watch that show. Charleston White. The man that was talking, we touched some base on that, and I agreed just about with everything he said. You know, that's why I said that I made them exercise. You know, because he made a great point. And Dominique, he mentioned something that you just said. You know, you got to speaking about how somebody, when it comes to stepkids, they are whooping worse than they will their own children. So he hit all of that on the head. So I'm going to Dominique. Dominique, how do you feel what Charleston White just said in the video that we just saw?
He pretty much said what I was trying to say in so many words. Like you just don't, you kind of don't do that. You don't discipline someone else's children. I don't agree with that at all. Like that's what they got a dad for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
I agree with you, Mr. Mr. Jones, how do you feel with Mr. Charles White just said in that video?
I agreed up until the discipline area because I said, as I said, there's different situations and different things that take place. Whereas in sometimes what from experience, a child will push a man into a corner where he has no other choice.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And so when it's like that, especially when you've been warned and warned and warned and warned, how much warning can you do to a child that steady want to try you and think that you ain't on that?
I agree.
You see,
I agree. One thing I will say that me used to being a stepfather, that I was blessed to have. And like I said, kids sometimes they can be a little rude, they can be a little this and that, but I set them down, I talked to them, and I explain I'm not your real father, but I'm your father in a way, but I'm not your biological father. And you just have to talk to kids, and sometimes those kids they can be a little hard headed, and especially when you're not the stepmom, because I'm pretty sure a lot of stepmoms they have issues too, just like stepfathers. And like I said, it's a hard pill to swallow when you get with a new family and get with a woman that have kids by a different man. And some men, which I heard stories about, that some stepfather might have whooped the kid. The father heard about it. He went to the house talking about he gonna beat the man up for touching his child, and he had no right to touch the child, and he had no right to put his hand on the child. And I kind of agree, because if I'm in that same city and my child is acting up, I'm just a phone call away. Now, I want to ask y'all, what's the difference if, say, for instance, if you in Texas and the woman you was with took your child and moved to New York, and then you hear that the stepfather whooped your son, would you have a problem with that? And I'm going to go with you first, Mr. Jones. Would you have a problem with that?
again, let's go back into what I said. There's different situations for different altercations. It all depends on what my son did. And if he just whooped my son because he mad because my son ain't closed the catch up, I'm on the first flight to New York.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
I'm on the first flight to New York because that is uncalled for. But now, if my son stole his mama's car, oh yeah, get him for me. I'm on my way still, but get him for me. I'm gonna get him when I get there. Get him, and I'll get him again when I get there. Yes, yes.
Double lickings, double. King D, how would you feel about that as well? If, for instance, if the woman you with, y'all broke up and she moved into a whole other state, out the city that y'all just staying together, and your child called you and said, "Daddy, that man just whooped and hurt me." What would you do about that? How would you feel about that?
First of all, you ain't taking my kids out of no state. I'm a helicopter parent. No, I'm gonna fight toots and nails. You are not taking my kids out of state. But if that was a situation that happened, I don't know. I'll probably be on my like you said, my first flight to New York. I'll be back in jail. I'll go to jail for the first time. I'll go to jail for the first time in my life.
Hey, is this something you hiding from us, brother? Hey, never mind me. You know I'm crazy. Don't go.
I'm with you on that, Mr. John. I'm with you on that too, because I know that when my ex-wife, or ex-girlfriend, when she was saying that she was gonna get with somebody, I had no problem with it. I just told her, I said, I don't care who you get with, and I didn't have a problem with the man that she was gonna marry to discipline my child or whatever. But if my son called me, just like you said, Mr. Jones, and said you got to beat down because you forgot to do something, or beat down because you didn't pick the toilet seat, whatever, I'm on my way down there. I'm not gonna play that with you. You're not gonna just whoop the hell out of my son. Now, if my son did something wrong, such as stealing or some big major thing, yeah, I agree. Whoop his ass. He got all the permission in the world to whoop his ass, and then I'm coming down there to whoop his ass.
Yes, I'm on the way. And I even told my kids when they were kids, if there ever comes the day that I'm not in this month, excuse me, I'm finna go all the way again. if it ever comes a day that I'm not in this house,
right,
and your mother is with someone, you will never disrespect your mother's mate. Ever. I've always instilled that in my kids from the jump. So I don't have that problem now that my ex-wife is now on the verge of getting married to someone else. He's a good dude.
Right.
He loves her and he loves my kids, and I'm with it. And he always tell her if something is wrong, and she say, "Well, they did this and they did that." Well, I say, tell him to get in their ass. What do they, and don't let them punk him out. Like, no, he's the man of your house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It has to be that way because listen, if a man ain't a man in his house, where is he a man at?
Right.
Where is he a man? And I'm not gonna let my kids.
I feel on that, Mr. John. I'm definitely feeling on that.
I'm not gonna let my kids emasculate no man just because he with their mama and I ain't with her. Yeah. I don't give a damn about that. Listen here, have y'all fun. I had mine when I had her. It's your turn. Huh?
I'm dead.
Oh man, but I'm telling you, being a stepfather, like I said, but I want to give glory to all the stepfathers. They are good stepfathers. Those guys that do step in to be the father of the children that biological father didn't, but because like I said, stepfathers, we don't get too much love, They made movies about stepfathers. I don't know if any of y'all seen it. They show movies of stepfathers being mean, vicious, and crazy. So, but there are some good stepfathers out there.
But this also pours into the demise of the man within the family as well. I mean, they've been talking about us being nobodies and nothings for the longest, And so I'm up with it. It is what it is. Listen, it isn't as long as men stand on men ground. I don't care what nobody put out in the atmosphere about who we are. Because we are who we are, and no, we're not asking for any sympathy, empathy, or apologies. Just let us be us, just like we let y'all be y'all.
Right. Now, I'm gonna ask you this first, Mr. Jones, before I get to King D, because King D working there. But let me ask you this: have you ever had the family of the kids come and approach you about something that you might have disciplined the kids about? Did the grandparents, the aunties, cousins, did they give you any problems with the kids that you was trying to raise?
And here the last young lady that I dealt with, her sister was the biggest problem. And I used to ask my ex, I say, well, why do you let that stand? That's standing in stone. When a family member comes to your children, they ain't even our kids. They come to your children and tell your children, "Oh, you ain't got to listen to him. He ain't your daddy." Listen here. I'm the one bringing the breakfast sausage to the table.
Right.
I'm the one that's spending the money on them. I'm at graduations. I'm at PTA meetings. I'm at all of this stuff where I could be there for my own kids.
Right.
I'm in spaces where I don't even necessarily need to be. And you let her words stand stretched in stone?
That's something else that stepfathers can go through, because if you do something with the kids and the kids go tell auntie, the grandparents, you got the whole family knocking up or just about to kick in your damn door.
And you know something though? I feel like this. For people that get involved in other people's relationship when the man ain't doing nothing but trying to uplift the family and uplift what he have to make it better than what it was. When you got something to say like that, you musty. You need deodorant. Go get a shower. Go get a shower. You need to take care of your health. Something is wrong.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Now, say for instance, if we're not stepfathers anymore, but say for instance, Dominic and Mr. Jones, if you was a stepfather and the daughter you raised her, she was about to get married, Do you believe the biological father or the stepfather should walk her down the aisle?
Absolutely. So absolutely. Listen, if the father is a good father to the child, then the child's going to be looking for her father or his father.
Right.
That's what they're going to look for. I don't give a damn what kind of steps you step in to be. She gonna be looking, or he gonna be looking in for. They gonna be looking for their parents, and so you got to know when to take a step back and a stand back and let greatness be great, because that's where you get your blessings at. You block your blessings by trying to take blessings of other people, and that's a blessing for a man to see his child get bigger.
Exactly. Now I want to talk about this because being a stepfather, I want to ask this: if being a stepfather, and even I have done it because they're not my biological kids, the wife can say, well, you can do this, do that, but I was preferred to get permission because once again, you're the stepfather. Because when it comes to the kids, like for instance, getting the kids' haircut or something done, that mama might not want the haircut, or the grandparents might have been. So, for instance, if the kid had long hair, and I'm the stepfather, I wouldn't do this. And I took the kid to get his hair cut. Got a nice cut, faded all out and everything. Then either the grandparents or whoever else on the side of the family said, how dare you cut that child's hair? Who do you think you are?
They in the right. Now that's where you step in. They in the right.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly, because you will have those type of family members that will step up to you and they say you don't have no right to take their daughter or their son to do something with their hair or do this. And then you got all this friction, all these people just jumping on you because you just trying to do your fatherly duties. You took that role to be the father. Now you got everybody on that other side of the fence of the family just jumping.
Listen, if me and the mother are in agreement,
right,
the family have nothing to say. Yes, absolutely nothing. Because listen here, again, the breakfast sausage you get on the table through me. So whatever, listen, if me and the mother have a great relationship and she say, hey, my baby don't want his hair cut, his hair no more, he wanted to get cut. I might say something like, well, what does his father think about that?
Okay.
Well, I talked to his father and his father said, yeah, if he want to get it cut, that it's cool for me to go ahead and take him to get it cut. But, I don't want to take him to get it cut. I prefer if you go do it. Okay, I got you. As long as y'all in agreement and we in agreement, the agreement is an agreement. Let's get it going. So if the family come out talking about, oh, well, I never worried about nobody's family because they family ain't in my bedroom, and neither do they pay any bills. Now, if I ask you right now, could I get $800 on this rent over here since y'all got something to say? Everybody ain't got nothing to say, but you got something to say.
Right, I agree. Now, Dominique, I know that you've never been a stepfather, but it just say if you're a stepfather. Oh, okay, wait a minute. All right, Dominique, hold on to that thought. We got the music playing in the background. So that means we're back in 2 and 2.
2 and 2, everybody. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
At some point, he got to go.
Never no time.
At some point, he
never no time.
Man.
Never no time.
Tell him, Christian.
No, you tell me talking about you grown and you gotta go somewhere. I told him, you understand you ain't going no damn way. You go when you get ready.
Man, I just feel at some point you need to make your own way. That's what I be want to walk through the house naked sometime, and there you go. So what?
No, if anything, you can go, not him. How about that?
I want to pay all the bills in here. You don't tell me where I can go.
The thing is, like, Why do I got to, this is my mama house, like, why do I got to leave my mama house?
Period.
Man, you damn near 40 years old. Damn near it's time to go. I mean, at what point?
I'm 29 now.
Well, that's pretty 10
Well,
years
you know
away.
what? When I met you was living with your mama.
Man, please, I was in and out. Come on, man.
Living with your mama.
I was only 22 years old.
Now you gonna tell me because he 29.
I ain't getting up. I'm not getting up. I'm
Man,
not
you
going
got to
nowhere.
go.
I'm not going nowhere.
Yes,
This is my mama house.
well,
you ain't gotta go nowhere.
You know what, damn it, I ain't gonna pay no bills either then, damn it. Now, how you feel about that? You don't want him to go, I won't pay the bills.
No,
but
you gonna continue to pay
he
the
got to
bills.
go, though, man. See, we arguing and stuff about
But
stuff. You know
at the
what
end
I'm
of the day,
saying?
but at the end of the day, all you gotta do is tell me to help. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Like,
Man, you a
so
grown ass man. You supposed to know man, garbage overfilled. You supposed to know to take that outside. Come on, man. I don't have to tell you all this stuff, man.
The thing is, I'm barely here, so I'm barely making garbage. So why I gotta say the garbage shop? I'm barely here. If I'm barely here, barely making garbage, barely making dishes, like why I gotta do anything?
She gonna always make excuses for you, man. But
Right, he don't even be here. So what is you talking about? He don't be here like that. He come here,
well,
he
when
sleep,
he's
and
here,
then he on
he needs to
business the
help
rest
out.
of the day.
When he's here, he needs to help out. He needs to do some things. He
Well,
needs
I
to be
tell you what,
productive.
he ain't paying no
well,
bills
damn it,
and
he
he
gonna
ain't
start
gotta go.
paying some bills around
I ain't
this
paying.
damn.
I gotta pay.
I'd rather for him to
My
get the
mama,
fuck out.
but listen, my mama said I gotta pay no bills. I ain't paying no bills.
He gotta pay. What I want him to do is save his money and do what he needs to do with his money,
You know the reason why
and
he
not
is
pay
the
no
way he is,
bills.
because all this soft you bring it to him, he still got the titty in the mouth. You let all that
hell
stuff
no.
go on.
Nah, you know what I know? You jealous. You jealous of my son.
You would say
You
that.
jealous of my son.
Only you would say some bull
But I
crap.
don't know if you jealous or not, but I just know I ain't getting on my mama house. Like, if I gotta get on my mama house, you gotta put me on my mama house at the end of the day.
Well,
Just
damn it,
like,
I'm be carrying you out. You got to go.
Oh, you don't need to work to carry him out then if
Ain't
that's
got no
the case.
problem with carrying them out. I just shoot them on out. And you,
Michael, now you know good and damn well I'm not kicking my son out.
what point?
I ain't worried about it. Like, if at the end of the day, I'm here. I live here, so until I'm ready to get out, I'm gonna be here. So, it don't
At
matter.
what point are you trying to? What's your plans for this man? What's
my plan is to stay in here as long as I need to stay in here. That's my
I mean,
plan.
what if he 45, 50?
And he gonna be 45, 50 up in here.
Crazy as hell. Well, damn it, I'm gonna be out there.
Bye.
No, going. He's going. He's going
Get
to
the
go
step
me.
in. Get the step in.
He's
Because
going.
this is my only son. He ain't going nowhere.
That's what's
My only son, shit.
You the one made him like this because your weak ass.
You know what?
made him.
Come and go. Your son is forever.
Man, I see what I'm saying.
You better go.
I see what I'm saying. That's
Right. And like I said,
you made him this way. You made him
No,
this way.
I ain't make him this
It's
way.
a product of your.
I ain't making this way.
This
Like
is a
I
product
said,
of
it
your
ain't like
bad
he don't.
decision, your bad choice.
It ain't like he don't know how to get out here. Like I said, when he ready to go.
All right, we want to give all appreciation out there to YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and now YouTube. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, as we will have the Southern Soul Maserati Red. Be ready, be ready, be ready, and have your wine ready.
Woo-wee.
Lord.
Hold on, let's get ourselves together. Let's get ourselves together.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I'm together. Listen, I'm together like a complete puzzle. I'm ready.
Now, Dominique, I know it's just pretend because I know you're not a stepfather, but let's just pretend that you was that man in that video we just saw, and the stepfather is trying to get this grown ass man out the house. Your wife's talking about he ain't going nowhere. He gonna stay here. He can eat up all the food. He ain't got to do a damn thing. As you being a stepfather, what would you do in that situation?
Y'all finna get on my ass. But I look. Okay. I'm just the type of person that I guess it's a different I'm a different person, I guess.
Right.
I wouldn't want. Okay, because I'll put myself in those shoes. Like, I guess because I'm just a very overprotective parent. I guess I don't know, but say somebody telling me my kid gotta go. You got me fucked up. Like you.
But that's not a kid. That's a grown ass man.
I wouldn't give a that. Okay, how my kids are to this day, like how they are to this day. Like you are not. I mean, like I tell my kids all the time, they can stay at home as long as they need to. Like I don't put my kids out. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not putting my kids out. My kids don't have to go nowhere. They can stay with me as long as they want to. They don't have to pay no bills. That's just me. I don't believe.
I need to be your kid and move in your house back now.
I don't. My kids come before myself and anybody. Like they are literally. And that's just me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know y'all gonna get on my ass, but that's just me, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't gonna get on your ass, but I definitely got my side of the story, and it does not match yours, young blood.
Like, what's the reason? Like, if they not doing nothing, like the lady in the video saying, "Hey, he barely here, he barely doing anything." What I'm gonna put my kids out for? They can stay there as long as they need to. Shit.
Well, let me see, Mr. Jones, what would you do if you was in that situation?
First of all, if I'm in that situation, did you hear the attitude on that skank bench? Did you hear what she said? Oh, you gonna continue to pay the bills up in here? The nerve and the audacity.
She said that was her only kid, though. Like you.
Listen here. I don't care if it's your only toenail. The nerve of you to tell me what I'm gonna do about your only kid. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And as soon as it came down to it, it was, this is my house. This is my. See, when you're in a relationship, there is no more my. It's ours. So if we can't compromise on what's ours, then guess what? That ain't my stepson and that ain't my wife. Both of y'all can have this.
Okay.
You can have it.
Now, I'm gonna feel like this. If I'm with a woman, and her stepson was doing that, I'm gonna have to say, hey, you got to be a man and move out and have your own house, your own apartment. But that's just me. I know everybody's different. Everybody's different when it comes to their children. Now, I'm the same way. If my child is sick, then yeah, if they're sick and something mentally wrong with them, yeah, they can stay. But if they strong and they smart, get your ass out. Now, if I'm with a woman and I'm the stepfather and we raised the kids and we got one that's at the house that just refused to leave because he can't find himself, that's not my problem. I want to walk around the house butt naked. I want to do some crazy stuff. I did all my things I need to do with the kids and raise them. Now it's my turn. So if I was that man in that video and I'm the stepfather and she's telling me he ain't got to go nowhere, he can stay here, then I'm leaving. Y'all can get mad.
I would understand if the dude was being disrespectful and
he wasn't.
And running a rut. I will understand that, but like you got to go, bro. But and then look in the clip, I didn't see that. Like she was saying, he was barely there, and this, that, and the third. Like why he gotta go? Like,
listen, he could be here once a month. That's too much. If you finna be 30 years old, you should be out here getting it. Getting while the getting is good.
Yeah.
What are you waiting on at 30 years? Listen, let me tell you something. Let me dig into my personal life for a minute.
Okay.
I am 45 years old, bro. Mm-hmm. I got a little brother that's about to turn 40 January 12th. Do you know at 40, he's still living at my mama's house? I'm like, mama, you have ruined whatever man capabilities this young man is going to be. He's forever going to be soft. He's forever going to be looking for a woman to lay up on. He's forever going to be a nothing, nobody, and it's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah. 40 years old living with your mama.
Yeah, and Mr. Mac John, I understand what you're saying because I'm gonna put it like this as a father. Because if something happens, if I happen to die or the mama die, you're not gonna be able to survive on your own because you've been dependent on the stepfather and the mom. So how you gonna defend yourself? How you gonna be able to pay your bills? Where you gonna lay your head at? Because a lot of these children, as being the stepfather, I've seen this happen before. They'll get spoiled. Then the parents end up dying. You don't have no way of training how to take care of yourself because you've been dependent on your stepfather
for 30 years.
So yeah, you gotta get out there and fly the coop. You just can't stay home forever with your parents, your step parents. Because you just can't. I mean, unless you're sick, I can see that. If you're mentally sick or something about you is real sick, but if you strong,
I got you.
You got to go. So
if you disabled, handicapped, anything, he can stay there till I die.
Yeah.
I promise you he will. I'll never have a conversation about it. But if you're an able-bodied human being and you're able to get out here and get it, boy, you better go get you a room for rent or something. You better listen here. Me and your mama want to ride around the house on skis naked. Why are you still here?
I wish you too, Dominique. I understand what you're saying, Dominique, because
I know he loves his kids, and
the only thing is because look, y'all, it's not as easy. I mean, I just don't want my kids to have to go through what I went through. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not. That's why you support your children.
Yeah,
you support.
That's why I tell it like my daughter. She becoming work age, like where she want to get a job and everything.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give me a job." This was just 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna give me a job and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I said, "No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your job. You can work as much hours as you want to work, but what you're going to do is you're gonna save half that check.
Right.
And you're gonna save. You're gonna put it in a savings account where you won't be able to touch it. So you can stack up your money. So in case something does happen, you'll have something to fall back on." I brought you in this world. Like that's what I believe. I believe I brought my kids into this world. I agree to bring my kids into this world. So therefore, it's my job to make sure that they're straight at all costs. I don't care if I'm fucking 80 years old and my son, one of my sons is. If he wants to be down there in the basement, you get your ass down there in that basement and you save your money and you do you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Because I've been on my own since I was 17, and I literally had to get it out the mud. And I don't want my kids to have to go through that. I done been homeless and all kinds of shit because getting out of age because they're TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So like, my kids is my kids.
Little bro, and I feel you 1,000% because I came from them same muds that you talking about. You had to get it out of. I was in there with you. You understand what I'm saying? But that's why I'm gonna teach my kids exactly what you said: how to put your money up, how to save, how to budget, how to count, how to look out for people that's trying to misuse you, scam you, abuse you, things of that nature. That's why I'm going to do that. But in doing that, it don't take me 30 years to teach you.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it like this because my mom, God bless her soul, my mom was the type of woman. She wanted us all to stay home. She wanted me, my brother, sister. She wanted all of us to live in
empty nest syndrome.
Yeah, so we all told my mama knew we need to go spread our wings and be us in our own places and everything. But I feel what Dominique's coming from because some families they like to just stay. It's nothing wrong with it. If the kids, the wife is fine and everybody's fine and happy living in one big house, I say go for it. But everybody have their own ways. And like the guy in the video, I'll be the same way. Hey, look, dude, I want to walk my house naked. I can't do that with you here. You got to go,
Yeah.
So
But see, we do understand that he ain't at that point yet. He's still rocking my baby on the treetop a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand his position because that's how I was with my kids when I was young as a father with kids. I never want them out of my sight. I don't want them to go nowhere. I love them. I want them to be around. I want to laugh with them. We making videos. We kid and we ha. But at one point in time, it's gonna come in your life where you're gonna be like, hey, I ain't spent enough time with y'all mama.
There you go. That's what I need right there.
You can be See, you can be in a relationship with kids. They don't stop.
Yeah, you can. But this is what I'm not saying you can't be in a relationship with kids. But I'm saying at 30, it's daddy and mama time. You 30, baby. You 30, baby.
No,
You're 30.
I'm gonna tell you this, but my stepkids and my biological son, I set the boys down and I say, look, when y'all get to a certain age in life, y'all need to work on going to school, either taking education higher, getting a good job, and getting your own place. I told the stepsons that, and I told my son that, and they have their own place, which is a blessing. They have their own place, and like you said, Mr. Jones, yes, because it's not wrong with family thing, but at that time you want to be just you and your woman. Y'all both can walk around the house, do what you want to do in the living room, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. You can't do that with a house full of people.
And furthermore, to add a little bit to that, I understand where you at, King D, but just think about it this way. After a certain amount of time, if your woman is on her woman shit, how do she feel about that baby being at home after a certain age? Because she gonna be like, you could be like, they can stay here forever. She like, no, the fuck they can't. And ask someone, ask someone. You ain't got to take my word. Ask women that's 35 and older. Can they like, listen here. You can always come back home, but you can never come back here to stay.
Hey. I don't know, Dumley. Hey, how do was she having a problem with the kids staying there for a certain time and when they get older? Was she good with that?
Like we talk about it all the time.
Oh,
like
okay, but y'all good then.
Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I was just like, I was talking about the whole job thing because I didn't want my daughter to get no job. I was like, nope, so because she like I want her to be not have the stresses that I had, like I said a while ago.
Right.
How old is your daughter?
She's 14.
Right.
Okay.
And so I don't want her to have the stresses that we, because the boys are young. The boys are still small. They got time. But she's becoming a young lady. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want her to have the stress.
I want to ask you something. Is your 14-year-old your oldest?
Yeah, she's the oldest.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So my youngest is 13. We sit in two different seats.
I'm saying and so even now she's a very good kid. She's in all she's in every sport at the school she's at in it. And she's got accepted into early college. She's going to early college next year and she's going to graduate from there with her associate's degree at 17. And then she's trying to get her doctorate. Which that's what so
she can get it. She can get it. And you're supposed to support that for her all through her life. If she's trying to get a doctorate, right, at 14 and she's going to graduate and get her associates, then she can stay home. Because listen, baby, until you get that doctorate, you stay here. We're going to take care of all the bills for you.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I'm with you when you say something like that. But if you just listen, the video that we just watched, he like, well, I'm just gonna stay here. This is my mama house. Oh hell no, that's a whole different story.
You ain't finna lay up and be sorry, you know what I'm saying? But everything else.
Yeah, that part, that guy in the video, that young man in the video, like I said, that young man in the video looked like he's healthy, he was strong, and he said, I ain't going nowhere. Hey, with that though. We'll be back in 2.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town when you're sleeping.
So there's a video that surfaced online that people are up in arms about. A woman's 12-year-old stepson was caught smoking weed, and the boy lives in the same house with her and her husband. So the stepmother took it upon herself to go live, and give the boy a ball cut as punishment. And she said that she will continue to do so until his grades go up, because he currently has straight F's. Here's a clip.
This is my 12-year-old son. Stepson. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Tell the camera how old you are.
12.
And what were you doing today, Terrence?
I was smoking.
And tell the camera what grade you're in right now.
7.
What grade are you going to?
7.
Oh, okay. Why is that? Is it because you're a straight F student and you like to get high?
Yes.
I don't know how to cut hair, but we gonna cut hair today. Terrence has a fresh cut. Got it today. Yes, he did. They're gonna come in the house high.
Yeah. And some people felt that she had no right to cut the young you out of your damn I'm sorry. Some people felt that she had no right to cut the young man's hair, and others believe that if he lives in her household, she has every right to punish him. Call us up at 866-9-RICKY and let us know what you think. Should step parents be allowed to discipline? That particular video, you damn right she should have cut his hair because she could have beat his ass or whatever, and that's the problem. Now correction is being questioned. This is what's the problem. What the problem is in society. Now correction is being questioned or whatever. When correction was natural, of course, your mama was gonna cut your hair or took a belt and beat the hell out of you. And I needed every whooping that Maddie Smiley and Ernest Smiley and Carolita Smiley gave to me. Every whooping I got, I needed it because I was bad.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So
let me tell you something, man. You gotta, first of all, the step parent and biological parent need to have the conversation about the discipline situation. And once you get on the same page about the discipline situation, this right there, what she did, there was nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all, because she's his mama. She's one, I don't know if biological mom is in her life and is in his life, but she's his mom. So, and she's correcting a situation.
Right. And every step parent situation has to be taken individually because, like you said, is there an agreement with the biological parent ahead of time where this is discussed?
Right.
Or no? Because, like, I grew up with a step parent. Now, my stepfather chose not, he didn't discipline me. He left it up to my mom, but I'm guessing that was a situation that they had discussed. You know what I mean? Because my dad was nowhere in the picture at that point. So, but I think every couple has to discuss that, how the discipline thing gonna go down. Personally, in this situation, I didn't see where she did anything that was so bad.
And then he's smoking weed, and that lead to other things, which leads to other things, 12. Which leads to other things. And now he's 17 years old. And these days, if he get a hold to some Loratab with some fentanyl in it or whatever, he could be dead.
It's a gateway
and damn right.
And who's to say that the weed that he was smoking wasn't laced?
Right.
He don't even know what he
don't even know what he's.
At that age, your brain is not even developed, and you can really damage yourself permanently just by doing regular weed.
Right.
Absolutely. I think it has to do with what the relationship. I mean, my husband is my daughter's stepfather and has been her only father, and we don't use the word step. So unless it's one of those situations where there's a very active relationship with the biological parent and they do the disciplining, so then there might be a problem, then I don't understand why it is even a question. If they are living in your house as your child and you're providing for them, you are allowed to discipline them. And a haircut is the least of a punishment I would have gotten.
I think if the step parent is in that child's life for a certain point in time, then they have all right to discipline the kid as they see it. I'm dealing with that situation right now, and it is a struggle.
Honestly, I think that step parents should be able to discipline to a certain extent. They can set punishments and things like this, but as for physical, do not touch my child.
Yes, I believe they should be able to discipline children. It's a partnership. Marriage, the children, and the whole family dynamics, which they call it a blended relationship. And if you don't discipline the children, they will rebel and go against and pit one family member, the wife and the husband, against one another.
Thank you. Um, I'm sorry, you cut my child's hair. Y'all gonna go around look like a bulb carton of eggs. But anyway, make sure you tune in tomorrow to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour with Maserati Red. Make sure y'all have that sweet red wine ready. And she's about to bring us something to soothe your soul.
Wow.
Look.
Wow.
I kind of heard what Spicy said, but I'm gonna say this before I get to King D and Mr. Jones. I don't have a problem with what she did, but like Common Sense, I think that's his name, Mr. Common Sense said it. I agree with him. You don't have to put everything on social media. Why you feel like that you have to cut the boy hair on social media so everybody can see him? That's, to me, that's just crazy. I agree if he did something, and if she's the only mother he knows because the mother's not in his life, yeah, she can punish him. But you don't have to put it on social media for what? I don't see.
I get the point though. I get the point in putting it on social media.
Okay, go. Let's say for you, Mr. Jones.
I get the point to put it on social media because of this.
Mm-hmm.
If you just an uncouth person, then no. But if you understand that shame lasts longer than an ass whooping,
true, that's true.
Cause he viral.
Mm-hmm.
He viral. He all on the Ricky Smiley show. Oh, you viral, homie. Everybody know that you a goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know that you a goofy. Shame lasts longer. I bet you ain't gonna do it no more.
Yeah, I'm sure he ain't.
I bet you ain't gonna do it no more. Now, listen here. In my household, as long as my woman is righteous, hey, what happened? You paid for his hair to get cut today, and then he came home from school high, and you said you put your $50 into his haircut, and that's the thanks that he could give you after you spent your $50 on his haircut. Because we know haircuts ain't $10 and $20 no more. We all know that haircuts ain't $10 and $20 no more. So I do agree to some extent. If you're just an uncouth person that's putting people just for likes and clicks and views, then no, you shouldn't do that. But if you're behind the shame lasts longer than an ass whooping, that's me. I'm behind shame. Listen, I told my stepson one time. I said, you ain't gonna get enough of walk around here to musty until you like a little girl. And you try to slide up on her and she say, get your stinking ass away from me. I said ass again. I'm sorry I didn't, but it is what it is. She gonna tell you, get your stinking ass away from me. And that's where you're going to learn why it's important to keep yourself in the shower once or twice a day. And for most of these kids, they don't learn it except for between each other. Right. So where does the shame come in for the child?
Yeah.
Where you saying that you saying if you whoop them?
Yeah, that's true.
If you saying if I whoop them that I'm going to jail, which that ain't something I don't mind going to jail about. But I'm just saying, if you saying if I whoop them I'm going to jail, so I'm scared to whoop my kids, then what's the other alternative? What's my other alternative?
I'm going to jail. I'm gonna go to jail. You say,
hey, I don't mind it, but I'm just saying for those of you guys that are scared to go to jail, because I told my kids since they was 2, if you call them people on me, you better believe my family gonna be buying me out tomorrow morning. But who coming to get you?
Now I want to say this, King D. That video you just saw with the stepmama cutting the child's hair on social media.
You know King D don't like this.
Do you think she was right from? I mean, the boy did something he wasn't supposed to, but do you think she was wrong for what she did?
No. You don't humiliate no one's kid. That's humiliation.
Yeah.
You put it on the internet. Like what happens in that house does not need to go on the internet.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something, little bro?
What's up?
How did you get to humiliation from shame?
How do I get to? What do you mean?
You just said you're humiliating the child.
That's humiliating. That's embarrassing. Why would you do
It's
that?
embarrassing, it's shameful, but I don't think it's humiliating. Humiliating is like if you took the child's clothes off and made him walk across the camera. That's some humiliating shit to do. You know what I'm saying? That's humiliation. I don't think that cutting a child's hair bald is humiliation.
But
I don't think that's humiliation. Listen, okay. It was a situation with my ex, right? Her child, because I'm a barber too. You see what I'm saying? And so her child went in the bathroom messing with my clippers, my razors, and all that. So he come out of there looking like what's the dude's name on Star Trek with the big slit, the black dudes with the slit down their forehead, the long. I was like, dude. I was like, he looked like a Klingon coming out the bathroom, right? So I'm like, wait a minute. Like, so I took a picture of it. Like, I bet you won't do. And he never touched my stuff again. He never touched it again.
But that point that you made, I have seen on social media where a step parent, in a way, did make the kid run around in their underwears on social media, and I'm like, what?
Yes, that's humiliating. I would never humiliate a child.
That's
Never.
right, but you got to think about it, like King D was saying, because it can also, it can backfire, because now you shave this child's head on social media to where the point that it just made it worse than fixing the problem. Because I have seen that as well. I have worked
that is true. It can happen like that. You can't make the child hate you. I go with that.
Let me say this. I have worked with kids. Denise can also been working. We have worked with kids in the past, and people don't understand that's a way to punish kids. But sometimes the way you punish them can backfire on your ass. I'm telling you this from seeing this from experience. Now, like I said, I have no problem with this woman cutting that boy's hair. I have no problem if she had to whoop the boy. But for her to put that on social media might end up making him worse and hurting him worse than what she thinks is going to do him any good. That's just my opinion about it. Okay,
and I agree totally. I'm not.
Kids, and I have seen what that does to them mentally. Now, this child is wrong for doing stuff, but sometimes you can take it a little too far.
I want to intervene for a minute, and I do apologize for intervening because like you already know, I come from the domestic violence side. Now, I have to agree with King D that when you are socially cutting up a child's hair off like that, that is humiliating.
Yes, it is.
Because the fact that you don't know what that child is dealing with on mental status, on emotional status. So you do have to be careful on certain things. When I say I, as a woman, do not agree with that at all, is because of the identity. There's other forms of discipline.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying, because I had worked with kids. I had dealt with kids that was mentally disturbed from 5 years old up to 17. And you have to be so careful what these kids go through, because sometimes you punish them in a certain way. I'm telling you, it can backfire. Like I said, I have no problem with her cutting that young man's hair, but for her to put it on social media, that means his friends are going to see it. These people are going to see it. They're going to be making fun of him, which is going to backfire and make him worse than what he already is. So you got to be careful.
And that's why I say I agree with you 1,000%, because it can have a backfiring effect on it. But Spicy Gray, everybody in the background, for those of y'all that didn't know who was talking.
Yeah, so but I'm all for that, because like I said, some kids do need their ass whooped. Some need to, like I said, I make them exercise, and then the way I exercise, they gonna feel that pain the next day, to where they gonna say, "Hey, I'm gonna think about this, because I don't want to do these exercises no more." But I know everybody's different, how they punish their kids, step kids, especially kids, because like Mr. Jones, that's a touchy situation, because
yes, it is.
You would have family members knocking at your door.
Hey, don't think that I'm the all-knowing, I'm the all-teaching. You can teach me anything. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And that's why I said I agree with you 1,000%. Yeah. Hey, my opinion might not be right all the time. That's not what my opinion is for. My opinion is to see if I'm wrong.
But I agree. You just have to be so careful when it comes to stepkids and children, because we try to teach them to be better.
And can I also say thank you, King D, for your teaching moment. Thank you very much, sir.
I mean, it's a learning process. We everybody comes from a different background, and everybody have different ways of raising kids. Everybody have different ways of doing things with kids. Like me, I would never do that. Like I said, I just would never cut the boy hair on social media or anything like that. And I would make sure I would talk with the mom about what punishment we should do for the child. Like, like I said, some people may not be involved in their kid's life, which make you the stepmom, the stepfather, but you need to make sure that y'all on that same page when it comes to punishing that kid and everything, so it won't be no big mess or anything like that. So we just got to be so careful. But like I said, being a stepfather or a mother is hard.
But yeah, I was like being a step parent, period, it seems pretty difficult because you're not only dealing with these kids side of the family, you also dealing with like if the mom is kind of overprotective of the kids. So it's like you gotta walk with eggshells around. That's why most men don't date women with children.
Exactly.
Say that we going back to that point. I'm so glad when a woman tells me all my kids grown. Yes. Yes.
All my kids all my kids are
man.
grown.
Do you know that don't you know that is for a man like me, that is the deciding factor? And I can go so far as to even say that that's why I couldn't date a younger woman, like super younger than me, like 32, 31, 30. I couldn't date you, baby. You a kid within yourself.
Wait a minute, Mac. Hold on, Mr. Mac. Now, what of a woman around your age? Okay. And you like this woman so she's just beautiful. Her personality. And she said, well, Mr. Mac, I can be real with you. I have a 10-year-old. Would you be a stepfather again if some woman told you that?
Hell to the no.
Oh.
To the no. Oh. Hell to the no.
No. You know
yes,
what?
Man. He gonna pass.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
Listen, I salute the young man. I salute the young man that's dated my ex-wife because, like I said, my babies is 13. So I salute that young man because they needy, they questioning, they silly, they ain't bad kids, they just what they is. And listen, as me as they father, I know they got a bunch of questions, they got a bunch of giggles and all type of shit. And I be like, look, I'm just trying to concentrate. Like, can daddy concentrate for a minute? So salute to that man that's dating my ex-wife. I love you for taking her on.
No. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you on that because I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love kids, but I can't see myself, raising a bunch of other kids. I mean, I did that all through my life. I raised kids that was mine, that wasn't mine. So it's me time now. God dang, I did my stepfather duties and everything. So it's time for me to do me. But I'm telling you, this was a good show. I mean, this is something there's a lot of people go through, stepfathers and stepmothers, that we went through so much and everything, and you just gotta be careful who you get with. And Mr. Mack, I want to know if you can give the step people out there, stepfathers, stepmothers, some words of wisdom. They going through this right now. What would you say to them before we close out this show?
Woo. Yeah. Stepfathers, we talk to y'all first. I know what you going through. That's my words of wisdom for you, brother. I know what you're going through. And listen here, if you ever need a hug, come look me up, bro. I'm gonna hug you, man.
That man need a hug. He need a drink.
That man need a hug. You know what I'm saying? So the women understand that man is going through the fire. Because sometimes you have a man around you that he will give the world to your kids because he is real talk. He will give the world to your kids because he is so upset at himself about losing guardianship over being with his own kids on a day-to-day basis. Because if I'm honest with you, No man that has kids, I said man, I'm not talking about little boys, I'm talking about me.
Right.
No man that has kids want to be away from his kids one day, just like you don't want to be away from them. So if he has to spend the rest of his life,
how many baby
if he has to spend the rest of his life visiting his kids through video calls and weekend visits, and that's truly not the definition of what he calls fatherhood.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah, what's that, Dominic?
Mr. Lee, how many baby daddies was dead?
Say what?
Mr. Lee said he had dated a woman with 5 kids.
Oh, snap. Hold up. A dated woman with 5 kids.
And they was 12. Under 12.
Yeah, 12 and under. So okay, let's let Mr. Lee answer that before I finish up. Mr. Lee, 3 baby daddies, 5 kids, 3 baby daddies, all of them under the age 12. Don't you know that is? Don't you?
He said 3 baby daddies.
3 baby daddies. Oh, Lord.
I dated a woman with 5 kids, all the kids under the 12, 3 baby daddies, and he the 4th man in the picture.
Did you have to beat up me up?
I salute you. You I couldn't do it.
There's a lot of baby daddies to deal with.
Listen. But see, it just because she got 3 baby daddies don't mean 3 baby daddies in its total. Some might be missing completely. Some might have passed on and gone on to their heavenly workshop, things of that nature. So we don't know the whole thing, and I'm not going to ask him the whole thing.
No.
Miss Donita said
he said he need to talk. I'm here.
You should have called us on that phone, man. We would love it.
Right, you should have called in. Like, what the hell? So again, as us as fathers, we know as fathers and stepfathers and whatever the other tag you want to put on us, ladies, it's not nothing to do with you being lesser than a woman on the reason why men prefer not to date women with kids. It's just that it comes with too many extra ass responsibilities.
With all of them. He said, Mr. Lee said he got along with all of them. She was the problem.
Moses Christ, hold on. Ring that bell right there. I'm gonna clap for him, and that's the end of my word. My clap for him is the end of what I got to say. That was the nutrition of the day right there. He got along with all their fathers. She was the problem. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
Yeah. Well, King D, you have any final thoughts before we clean the bell?
Honestly, I don't.
He said no. No, man, no.
Well, I just want to say I thank everybody for watching the show. You know, like I said, anytime y'all see us, don't be afraid to give us a call. Oh man, there goes the bell.
Okay, King D did not complete his sentence. Let's please give him the floor to finish what he was saying.
King D, go ahead.
What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Mr. Common Sense, I got a bone to pick with you.
Well, he gonna be on the next game night. You can pick it then. You got him.
I thought that was my boy. He done disagree with everything I said tonight. I was like, last time I was like, drinks on me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang.
Hold up. Are the drinks still on you?
Hey, y'all can agree to disagree. That's what men do.
I know, but are the drinks still on you, Dominique? The drinks are still on you, right?
She said she had 3 baby daddies. You said what?
Oh, the drinks are still on you? You gonna still take it off for drinks?
Yeah, we're gonna go out for drinks.
Oh, okay. Y'all heard that, right?
Dwight, you don't even drink.
I drink. I drink water, Kool-Aid, tea. You know I do. What you talking about?
I'm not playing with you, sir. I'm going on mute.
You don't even drink.
You're right. I don't drink.
But
I can pretend. But hey, I really enjoyed this. You know, it's a lot to learn about being a stepfather and a stepmom and the things that we go through, the good, the bad, the ugly. It was a great show with Mr. Jones and King D. I really enjoyed this. I wish Mr. Carter could have been here to give his take on it. But hey, he'll probably be with us next time because it's the holidays and he's working. And y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow and watch the show where I believe that Mr. Jones and Mr. Carter and Spice will be on the show tomorrow. And we out. See you next Friday.